life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life is just right, like a bonfire.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So last night I had a viewer on my live ask me what my drive looks like in the river or creek looks like after a big rain. So it rained a lot yesterday and the river was extremely high when I was coming in from work. So I decided today that I would do a little vlog as I'm going home from work and kind of take y'all guys along and kind of show y'all what the road looks like, what the creek looks like. And later on in this video, we're actually going to talk about what I'm going to do to fix the cabin. What is my plan exactly? So let's go ahead and take a look at a little bit of scenery as I drive down the drive. And maybe the camera will actually pick up. As you can see, my head's bobbling. And maybe you guys will be able to see on the camera exactly how bad this drive is and why I really need to address it. Hence the reason why I got a tractor as soon as I did. So let's check it out.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well. Stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low.
All right, we just pulled up to the creek crossing. It's definitely a little bit higher than it typically is. One good thing about out here is it does come up pretty fast, but it also goes down pretty fast. This is actually better than what it was yesterday whenever I actually came in from work while it was still raining. But we're gonna get out and take a closer look at it. All right, let me show you the first obstacle. I don't know if the camera will pick up the pitch, but this is a pretty big pitch. Truck's kind of facing downwards towards the creek. You can kind of see a big dip right here. And I kind of have those all the way up the driveway. But it's definitely flowing pretty good. I put the truck in there to give you a little bit of perspective of how wide this is. Right now, I would say it's probably every bit of 30 foot wide, if not 40. So, which is not always that wide. Typically, it's about 20, but I would say it's double as wide as what it typically is right now. And once we cross the creek, I'll kind of show you on the other side of one of the little feeder creeks that kind of come down whenever it starts raining, which actually fills it up a little bit more. But it is beautiful, and I'm sure you can hear it right now, all the water running behind me. It's gorgeous. It's very tranquil. I love it. But it will end up causing a pretty big problem for me before it's over with, so we're definitely going to have to address it. I honestly think that this crossing right here is too big for just culverts. I might end up actually having to build a bridge here. We'll see. I'm actually looking into it right now. I've already priced some pretty big culverts, And I already started thinking about some bridge designs if I have to go that route. But check this out. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the rump shaker to actually fix, but come on. I mean, come on. Who gets to have this much beauty in their backyard? I love it. I love it, and I will deal with what I need to deal with in order to make it accessible. Because man, there's just something about that running water that I come home to every day that just makes me oh so happy, so happy. Also, check this out. There is a ton of rock on this property, everywhere. Big, huge rock. Which also makes it why I don't get stuck on this drive coming in and out with all the rain, because there's so much rock. It's actually a very hard base. Makes for a bumpy ride. It will shake you like a salt shaker, come on. But it keeps me from getting stuck. There is a couple of muddy spots, but even in the muddy spots, the base of it is hard rock. So I'm never worried about getting stuck more than I am about getting flooded. All right, let's continue across the creek. I'm gonna put the camera down by the tires and we'll see how high it is today. Yesterday, it came up to the bottom of my door. I don't think it's that high today, so let's check it out. Yeah, it did not feel nowhere near as deep as it was yesterday. This right here is that little feeder creek I was talking about. And it is steady, just flowing down and into the main creek. Yesterday, those little drop-offs that you see right there, I don't know how well they show on camera, was like little waterfalls that was flowing so hard. So that's pretty cool. Those things right there is what's going to cause quite a few problems for me fixing this drive, because I'm going to have to put a lot of small little culverts so that water has a place to pass across the road without actually flooding the road and running down it. That way it can get to the main creek right here. So I got my work cut out for me. I've been paying real close attention to the water flow and kind of where everything's draining and how it's trying to get to the main creek, where I put different pitches and stuff on the road to actually feed it. I'm also probably going to have to dig a trench all the way down one side of the road and kind of make it where the water's got a place to go until it goes across the street where I want it to go across the street. So big project. This is definitely is not going to be a weekend warrior type thing. It's going to take some time and quite a bit of money. But we'll drive up a little bit and I'll show y'all what it looks like a little bit further down the creek. We got some white water right there. It's rippling up over all the rocks. You can see all the rocks down there. Look how pretty that water is. It also hits another section right there where there's a lot of rocks in the creek, and it starts moving pretty good, but it's flowing. It's not quite as wide right here. It's probably about 15 foot. I'd say probably about 15 foot right here in this section, but it's gorgeous. All right, let's continue on the creek tour. I actually stop beside this creek quite a bit as I'm driving in, just to kind of take a minute, take in the beauty, just listen to the water. It kind of calms me. I like it. Right there's another little feeder creek that runs across the road that I will have to deal with. We're gonna get out here in a second. We're gonna go check out this section up here. I believe I can walk down to the creek pretty close up here. I'm still in my work clothes. In one of my earlier videos, I showed y'all where the little island thing was, where the water kind of went on both sides of it. It's pretty much about covered right now with the water being as high as it is, but there's still a little piece of it still out there. Let's walk down and check it out. Man, I could stay here all day. Gorgeous. And it just keeps going way, way on down there throughout my property. We're not gonna go down there today because, well, I'm not dressed for a good hike right now. Just getting off work. Now we're gonna go ahead and continue up the road. I'll show you all some more of the bad spots, a couple of the feeder creeks. Then whenever we get up to the cabin, we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do to fix it. All right, I think this is the last little feeder creek before the cabin. But this one right here actually runs only about 100 foot behind my cabin. I actually walk down the hill quite a bit and just kind of listen to this one and watch it. And when it's flowing real good, you can actually hear it from my cabin. Not inside, but from up there by the cabin. It's probably the biggest one out of the ones running across the road, besides the big one at the beginning. But it's very nice. I can't wait to get settled and be able to explore all of my land. I've only explored a small portion of my land so far. I think I'm gonna find all kinds of cool stuff out here. But see, there you go, guys. Whenever you comment on the videos and you ask me to show you things and explain things, I do read all of your comments. And if I can make it happen, I make it happen. All that we're doing today, this whole vlog, is about things that I've read in the comments that people's been asking about, and I'm trying to answer those questions for you guys. I value y'all's feedback. I love reading your comments. So make sure that you keep them coming. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you do that. Hit that notification bell, because we got some crazy adventures coming up here on the channel. It's gonna be a good time. And spring is coming. Everything's starting to turn green and kind of come back alive. And I also come alive in the spring. I love to go exploring. I love to just build, work hard, and just get outdoors and enjoy things. So make sure you hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss this. All right, we made it back to the cabin. Let's get out and take a look at the damage on the cabin again. I have made a couple of changes. I did a lot of spray foam on the outside. It does not look good, but it served a purpose. We had some big storms come through here, and I noticed with other storms, even smaller storms, that the water was getting into the rotted part of the logs there and getting real moist on the inside as well. So I went ahead and spray foamed the corners on the outside a whole lot just to help kind of keep that wood from soaking in all that water and rotting even faster, because it's probably going to be about 2 months before I can actually start fixing the structure of the cabin. So I wanted to slow it down as much as possible, but I got a plan. Let's go find out what it is. All right, one thing about it on this channel, I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to show you whenever I have success and big accomplishments, and I'm also going to show you when I have failures and also the struggles that I deal with this whole renovation. So this is what I was talking about. I added a whole lot of this spray foam right here into all the cracks all the way around, because as you can see, it's real wet already out here on the ends. And I'm actually going to cut these with the chainsaw probably this weekend. Kind of show you behind the cooler. I ran out of spray foam, or else I'd have spray foamed that too, because it's getting pretty bad. I also spray foamed the corners of the door. That right there I guess is where the rodents was chewing away at it and kind of getting into the cabin. And this right here is the other end that's bad. That spray foam, boy, that's some handy stuff. But I sprayed it all up in there. Look in there. I got it all up in the cracks on every side. And it actually did the trick. I actually looked last night and this morning. There wasn't all that moisture inside the cabin this time. So it did the trick. Hopefully it'll buy me a little time. All I need is about 2 months. Sometime in the beginning of the summer is whenever I'm planning on starting this project right here. All right, so the plan for fixing the cabin is we are going to eliminate this whole roll all the way down, all the way to the window sill right here at the bottom. Well, most of y'all know that Simple Life Reclaim just finished their basement. They just laid their last block. Well, they also decided not to go up that last tier of block because they didn't need to, which gave them a surplus of concrete blocks. So they have told me that they will give me that block to fix my cabin. Now tell me that ain't family. So what we're going to do is I'm going to brace up the inside of the cabin. I'm going to build a false wall all the way across, but I'm only going to do it in sections. I'm going to do this section right here where the kitchen is first, because it has the loft area and it's just an easier wall to brace up. So we're going to brace up the inside of that wall. Here, I'll show you. Hold on, let me open the door. So right here is up underneath the loft, right here on the kitchen side. I'm going to put a false wall out about, I would say, 6 to 8 inches away from that wall, all the way to the edge of the loft, which pretty much comes right here by where the door is. I plan on ripping this door out and actually putting a standard frame door in here, a wood one, of course. That way I can actually lock the cabin up. It seals well like it's supposed to. So we're going to replace, I'm going to replace this whole section right here, all the way down, all the way to about right here, maybe even about 4 foot. And if we have enough block, I might actually do this all the way around the cabin. I have not decided yet, but I know for a fact I'm at least going to go about 3 to 4 foot on the side walls and put concrete block all the way around. What that will do will make this plate right here, and if I have to replace this plate right here, I will. It doesn't look like it's got the damage that the logs do. It will put all of this weight above on a concrete block wall. That right there alone will fix all of the structure issues. Now, whenever I get this side done, I plan on doing the same thing on the high peak area. I will build a false wall, same way. It's a little bit more of a challenge on that because you have the pitched roofs and stuff. So at the top, you just kind of pitch your wall, brace it off real good. This roof is not real heavy. There's not a lot to it. So it doesn't have to be some extreme temp wall. It just needs to be well built, thought out, and braced well. And this cabin's not going nowhere. So then I'm going to cut out all of this and do the exact same thing. So the reason why I showed y'all all the rock on our little tour of the creek right there, it was planned out, guys. because I'm going to use that same rock here off of the property to face the concrete block on the outside and the inside of the cabin, which will actually give it a little bit of a ledge on the inside and out. On the inside ledge, that's going to allow me to do a nice little ledge around the base of the cabin right there. I can actually stick stuff up there, but I can also hide electric. So that'll be for the inside. On the outside, there will be a ledge, which I know you're probably thinking that's a problem, because the roof right here is only a couple of inches, which means that it would hit the ledge, bounce up, and start rotting this out right there. If I wasn't going to do nothing about the roof, that might be the case, but this is what I'm going to do. The reason why I'm taking a couple of months before I start this project, I also plan on doing the roof around the same time. Basically, once I get the structure sound, I'm moving my way to the roof. I will be putting metal panels on the roof, but whenever I do that and I strip that roof, I'm actually going to come off higher on the roof and run new rafters from there all the way to about right here, which is about 10 to 12 foot off of the cabin. And then I'm going to build a new canopy off the front, a new porch area. I will concrete this whole area or put rock down or something like that, and have a big patio off the front of the cabin. And also plan on doing that on the back of the cabin as well, and even the one on the front right there. I'm going to rebuild all of it. But why I have the roof off, that's the perfect time to do that, because I can come off the rafters that already exist higher up. I can get a lot more pitch, and I can go a lot further out and actually get a wider porch and still have plenty of headroom. Now, as far as the back of the cabin, whenever I redo the roof, I showed y'all in another video of how they connected it. I wouldn't get up there to save my life. It is not very structurally sound. So my plan is to do the same thing back here. When I replace this roof, I got to clean all this off this weekend. I got some rakes and stuff. I'm not walking up there. I'm going to have to stretch with it and kind of get all of that off. I won't even burn right now out here because I'm worried about embers coming down and actually catching this on fire. And nobody's got time for the cabin to burn down. Come on. So I'm going to come off a little bit, probably about halfway up, honestly, especially over there in the loft area right there, which will allow me to do kind of like a dormer style type thing in the loft, which will give me more headroom and make the loft a lot more accessible. See how it's all tying in together? I put a little thought into this. Now, the reason why I'm doing the back of the cabin, even though I don't have the log damage right here, I might not do the block. It's all going to depend on how much block that we have. I might go all the way around, I might not. But no matter what, a lot of y'all have been asking, is there going to be an addition to the cabin? Yes, there is. I will be putting a master bedroom in there that will fit my big bed, and also a bathroom that will also count as the master bathroom for the main room, but it would be a hallway system, so when nobody's here, it's my master, but when people are here, they can actually access the bathroom without actually being in my room. And that right there will be built right here. I will be concrete slabbing all of this. I will probably be bringing it all the way out to about right here. And if you look, that's a pretty good space. That's probably a 15 foot. I believe this cabin is 24 foot long. So it will be a 15 to 20 foot by 24 foot addition to this cabin, which honestly is almost as big as this cabin. So it should give me a lot of space, and it'll also make the loft area a lot more usable, which I'll be able to turn into guest quarters for anybody that wants to stay, which I already have a bed up there right now and it functions, but there's not a lot of headroom, and basically sleeping is all that you can do. So all of that is coming in the future. So right now my main focus is getting the structure fixed with the block. I'm not worried about facing them with the block off the property and stuff right now. They could stay concrete blocks for a year as far as I care. Right now, my main thing is getting the things that are going to destroy this cabin fixed, and then I'll bring the pretty. Come on with the pretty. So right now the plan is, let's get the structure fixed with the block, and then let's work on that roof. And while I'm doing that roof, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do the roof for the new porch and the new addition. And once I do that, I would frame up the new addition and close it in, dry it in, make sure that it doesn't get any damage, and then I will start with actually insulating and doing electric and all of that other stuff here at the cabin. But I think that's going to be just about all we're going to talk about today here on this vlog, guys. I hope that answered a lot of y'all's questions. Make sure that you stick around for the next video, because if I pull off what I'm trying to pull off this weekend, it's going to be epic, and it will be the biggest change to Come On Mountain so far. So until we see each other again, guys, come on, let's go on an adventure.